Mr. Lobenstine is a music and theater arts teacher at FHS. This is his first year teaching at FHS, and with it all being remote, it must be pretty strange. But I'll let him introduce himself.
I want the school to know that I and the chorus and piano program exist, you know? And so the more stuff that I can do to sort of like spread the good news of how awesome singing is, the better. So I've barely experienced FHS, the physical place itself, but I would say that my best thing about working at FHS so far has absolutely been my colleagues, just the community of other people in the Fine and Performing Arts department, people like Chris and Lauren, and I realize I don't know who actually goes by Mr. But I've gotten to actually like spend time with and like get closer to these people in a way that's almost never possible when we're in person, and also in my previous positions where I've been in many places and rarely, if ever, seeing the other teachers. I've only actually met, like in person, met a tiny handful of our students. I like to think that they think I'm a little bit of a dork, but I know a lot.
As your student, I've always thought that you were so, like, you loved their subject you were teaching so much.
Thank you. I try to channel that. I mean, that's what this is all about, really, for me. It's the fact that I love the music, and I love music and making music so much that I'm trying to get everybody else to understand what that feels like so that you guys can do it too. I play video games, absolutely. I mostly play League of Legends, and I exercise. Most of my activities are like things that I can do with my wife because we are the only two people that we ever see. So we exercise, we go hiking, but that's kind of it right now. Everyone has a voice and deserves to be heard. There's a huge and often felt kind of stigma around singing that I think evolved out of the prevalence of recorded music from the 1970s onwards, where we're so used to hearing perfection that when we don't produce that, we sometimes get down on ourselves. And people who don't just naturally have incredible voices often don't feel like they should sing. And I just could not disagree with that more. I think that singing is something that's innately human and that everyone should do it. When I was in grad school at New England Conservatory, like doing my master's in choral conducting, I got a chance to basically be a guest conductor for a semi-professional chorus called Chorus Pro Musica out in Boston. And I basically had a couple of hours to teach them the entirety of the Ralph Vaughan Williams Dona Nobis Pacem, which is one of my absolute all-time favorite choral pieces. Having the music so deeply felt and in your head suddenly begin to actually match up with what the sound is happening in the room. When those two start coming together, it's amazing. It's amazing.
If you are interested in any fine and performing arts courses or extracurricular activities, you can contact Mr. Lobenstine at elobenstine@framingham k12ma.us.